It goes like this: design a single plate clutch consisting of two pairs of contacting surfaces for a torque capacity of 200 Newton meter, and due to space limitations, the outside diameter of the clutch is to be 250 mm. That's all. That's all the question given. It's asked in December 2019 for 16 marks, I think. No, sorry, 8 marks. So if you see the given data, it's a single plate clutch, right? So if you have a single plate clutch and they have told two pairs of contacts, so number of pairs is equal to I is equal to 2. Contacting surface is equal to 2, right? And torque MT is equal to 200 Newton meter. So I'll use to convert torque values in Newton millimeter. So 200 into 10 power 3 Newton millimeter, and the outside diameter, that is D2, is equal to 250 mm. These are the data given. So here there is no coefficient of friction or the pressure value given. So what we have to do is we have to assume it as a friction material. So most of the cases we'll assume leather as a friction material. So if you refer that table 19.4, right, you will get mu is equal to 0.3 to 0.5 for leather, and pressure value will be, will be 0.0686 to 0.2746 megapascal. Right. So if you refer that table, friction material table, you can see all these data corresponding to leather. So what I will do is I will assume some value. So mu is equal to 0.4. I will assume, right, and P is equal to 0.135 Newton per mm square. We will assume, right. Now next is in second step is that we have to find out the diameter of the shaft. So obviously shaft material is also not given. So in DME 1 you would have studied design of shaft, right? Anyway, most of the times you can refer, we can actually take C30 steel shaft, please remember it. C30 steel shaft, and whose factor of safety will take it as 3 for finding out design stress. And C30 steel shaft from the table I8, right? That is in the volume 1 data book. Yield stress is found to be in 294.2 megapascal. So either you can refer or you can actually remember this value 294.2 megapascal yield stress. So design stress will be sigma y by FOS, factor of safety. So design stress we are keeping it at 98.06 megapascal. And for shaft torque transmission we need shear stress value, right? So shear stress is always 0.5 the design stress, as you all know. So and taking shear stress is equal to 0.5 into sigma, where sigma value is 98.06. So shear stress is going to be 49.03 Newton per mm square. So these are the preliminary investigations which you have to do before going to the step number 1. Any doubt till this? Fine. So step number 1 is torque transmitted. So obviously here torque is given, so need not calculate the value again. So I just writing the same value which is given. Torque is equal to 200 into 10 power 3 Newton millimeter. Step 2 is to find the diameter of the shaft. Right. So if you see here diameter of the shaft, D is equal to the formula is given cubic root of cube root of 16 mt by tau into eta into pi. So eta is nothing but the key wave factor. So if the key wave factor is not given in question, assume it as 0.75. Right. So substituting the values, I got diameter is equal to 30.25. So always we have to go for the standard diameter of the shaft. So the next nearest available diameter is 35 mm. Okay, so likewise we found out the diameter of the shaft, right? Then step 3 is to find the mean diameter. So mean diameter, while finding, as I told you earlier, we have two conditions: uniform pressure and uniform wear. So in this question nothing is specified. So I told you, if anything, if nothing is specified, you default, you follow uniform wear theory. So according to uniform wear theory, dm is equal to d1 plus d2 by 2. So from equation 19.85. So we don't know the d1 value, so we'll keep d1 as it is. So dm is equal to half into 250 plus d1. So we'll keep like that the equation. Right. Next, you have to go for the axial force, step number 4. So again, assumption is uniform wear condition. So from that we have the equation number 19.83, that is half into pi into p into d1 into d2 minus d1. So here P value is 0.135 assumed. D1 we don't know. D2 is 250 minus D1. So simplifying this equation, we will get 0.212 D1 into 250 minus D1 is a value of axial force. So keep it as it is because we don't know value of D1. So last step is to find the dimensions of the clutch. We will actually start from the torque equation. So the total torque transmitted for I surfaces, right? I pairs of surfaces given by mt is equal to half mu into Fa into dm into I, equation 19.84. So here we can actually substitute the Fa value as 0.212 into d1 into 250 minus d1, and mean diameter value we can substitute as half into 250 plus d1. I value, number of pairs of friction surfaces, 2. So on simplifying this equation, we'll get a cubic polynomial like this: 62,500 d1 minus d1 cube minus 4.716 into 10 power 6 is equal to 0. So solve for this polynomial, I'll get d1 is equal to 85.43 mm, or you can go for 86 millimeter. So once we get the d1, then the remaining dimensions are as like this: inner diameter 86, outer diameter is given in question, so 250. Substitute d1 value in mean diameter and find out mean diameter value. 168 mm I got. Axial force also I got it as 2990 Newton, and the thickness of the disc is assumed anywhere between 1 to 2. So I'll assume it as 1 to 3 actually. I'll assume it as 2 mm. So with that we can the design problem is completed. So any doubt? So always remember two things: friction material, if is not stated in the question, you have to actually assume leather as friction material and go to table number 19.4 to find out those values. And design of shaft, diameter of shaft, we have to go for assume some material for shaft, assume C30 steel shaft most of the time if they book, because they won't specify it in question, for which you have to remember the yield stress value and factor of safety, so that you can take the shear stress value for the allowable shear stress value for the shaft material. Any doubt? Shall we pass on to second
No.
question? Fine.
Yes,
So
sir.
numerical 2. So determine the power transmitted by single pair plate clutch assuming uniform pressure distribution. The friction surfaces have an outside diameter of 350 mm and inner diameter of 280 mm. The coefficient of friction is 0.25. Maximum allowable pressure is 0.85. So this is a very direct question because they have given all the data. So there, as I told you earlier, they are stated explicitly in the question that uniform pressure distribution you have to follow. So given data is uniform pressure distribution and diameter D1, inner diameter is 280, D2 outer diameter is 350, and the next given data mu, coefficient of friction mu is equal to 0.25, and the maximum allowable pressure P is equal to 0.85 Newton per mm square. They stated single pair plate clutch, so obviously we can take I is equal to 1. So that's why I stated here, since mu and P values are specified, we need not refer to the friction material. Now to find power, so they told us to assume uniform pressure condition. So first we'll find out what is the axial force, axial load. Fa is using this formula 19.86b. So Fa equal to pi p into d2 square minus d1 square by 4 for uniform pressure condition. So found out to be 29,440 Newton. And we have to find the mean diameter for calculating the torque value, right? So as per uniform pressure distribution, dm is equal to, as per the equation 19.85a. So substituting d1 and d2 value, we got the mean diameter is equal to 316.3 mm, right? Now we will go for the torque transmitted by one pair of surface. So go for the equation 19.84. We know that half into mu into Fa into dm into I is the value of a formula for torque calculation. Calculate the torque. Now, if you remember in the designs procedure step number 1, we have one formula like 9550 So that is the equation which you are going to use to find out the power, because um, here the torque can be found out in two ways: one using the power and second using the axial force. right? So we will use equation 19.3c, 9550 into 1000 into power divided by RPM. So here RPM is not given in question, so assume it as 1000 RPM. Anywhere between 1000 to 3000 you can assume, no problem. So I have taken it as 1000 for ease of calculation. So like we found out, MT value is known in previous step, 1.164 into 10 power 6, equated with 9550 in 1000 into n by n. I got the power transmitted is equal to 121.88 kilowatt. So if you see this problem, this is not a design problem. This is some subdivision of design problem. So using those two conditions, uniform pressure condition, right, we can find out the unknown value. So this is also one type of problem they used to ask in clutch. So this is a very small problem. So any doubt in this? Okay, we'll pass on to third problem. So the third problem is like this: in a multiple disc clutch, the radial width of the friction material is to be 0.2 of maximum radius. The coefficient of friction is 0.25. The clutch is to transmit 60 kilowatt at 3000 rpm. Its maximum diameter is 250 mm and the axial force is limited to 600 Newton. Determine number of driving and driven disc and mean unit pressure on each contact surface. Assume uniform wear. Yeah, this is some sort of new sort of problem. Fine, let's see. So multiple plate clutch. So obviously it is not single pair. It is actually friction surface more than two, more than one, right? So we don't know what is the actual number of friction surfaces, but that is only we have to find out, right? In question number one. And second is we have to find out the value of pressure. So obviously, since this is not a design problem, we cannot assume the value of pressure. We have to directly find out from the given data. So let us see what is the given data here. It is they have told the radial width. So here radial width means we have diameter, inner and outer diameter. So the distance between inner and outer diameter in a circle, right? Concentric circle, we call it as width, radial width. So I assume the symbol for radial width is B. So they are given B is equal to 0.2 maximum radius. Maximum radius is the outer radius, right? So B is equal to 0.2 into R2 and coefficient of friction mu is equal to 0.25. Power capital N is equal to 60 kilowatt at 3000 rpm. So N is equal to 3000 rpm. Maximum diameter capital D2 is equal to 250 mm. Axial force is limited to 600. So FA is equal to 600 Newton they have given. So to find number of driving disc and driven disc, so I1 and I2, and next is pressure. Now we will go for this thickness equation. B is equal to, we know that R2 minus R1, but they have told B is equal to R2. So substituting, right, B is equal to R2. We got R2 equal to R2 minus R1. From this we can find out R1 value because R2 value is given in question, right? So 0.8 R2 is equal to R1. So R1 value I got it as 100 mm. So once R1 is 100, then the diameter D1 is equal to 2 into 100, that is 200. So we know this step we know capital D1 value and capital D2 value is given in question. Now how to find the number of friction surfaces I1 and I2? Sorry, disc. Surface is different, disc is different. If you take one disc, it has two surfaces, right? So here this I refers to the number of friction surfaces. Okay. So using the torque equation 19.84, assume uniform wear condition. So mean diameter we have to find out dm equal to d2 plus d1 by 2. So I got it as 225 mm. Now we need the torque value here. So torque value can be found out from this equation 9550 into 1000 n by n. So all these parameters if we substitute, I got torque as 191 into 10 power 3 Newton millimeter. Use this torque value in equation 19.84. So rewriting the equation 19.84, it is 191 into 10 power 3 is equal to half into mu 0.25 into FA 600 they have given in question. DM we calculated 225. I value is unknown. So find out the I value from this equation. So I got it as 11.31. So approximate it to 12, because always remember number of active surfaces should be even number. Okay. So even if you get 11.1 also, you don't put it as 11. You have to take it as 12. Next even number. So I is equal to 12. Therefore, from this I we can calculate number of disc on the driving shaft I1 is equal to I by 2, which is 12 by 2 is equal to 6. And number of disc on the driven shaft I2 is equal to I by 2 plus 1. So 6 plus 1 equal to 7. So total number of disc is equal to I1 plus I2. So 6 plus 7 is equal to 13 number of disc are there in this clutch. So always number of disc will be odd number, number of surfaces will be even number. If you didn't understand, I can say, let us say one disk. So number of disk is 1, but surfaces it has both surfaces, right? So number of surfaces for a single disk is 2. So always surfaces will be in even number and disk will be in odd number. So remember this in mind. So we have 13 number of disk because we got 12 number of even active surfaces, right? Now number of discs we found out. Now find out the unit pressure. So we, from uniform wear condition, we have the axial force is equal to half pi p into dm into d2 minus d1, right? So we need to find out the actual FA from the actual torque transmitted, right? So we will again go for the torque formula, right? Whatever given in FA in question is not the actual force. They have told actual force is limited to, means it is a design, it is not the design force, it is allowable force. So we need to find out at this number of disc, right? And for this value of torque, what is the actual axial force uh, developed or axial force to be applied. So what I am doing is, you take again the torque equation. We know the I value is 12, dm value is given in question, mu value is 0.25. Find out what is the axial force values. I got it as 565.93 Newton FA value. Now go for the uniform wear condition FA formula, right? So I got FA is equal to half pi p into dm into d2 minus d1, right? So I got substitute all these values. The unknown parameter is the pressure here. So find out the unknown parameter P is equal to 0.032 Newton per mm square. Any doubt in this problem?
Sir,
Any doubt?
for number of active surfaces,
Yes.
if we got 10.3 instead of 11.31, then should we take I
10.3 means
equals, yeah, then should we take
10.3
I,
means then also you have to take it as 12.
so anything greater than a particular number should be taken as the next even number.
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay, sir, got it. Thank
And
you.
I am damn sure that you won't get 10.3.
Oh,
You will
okay.
be getting only 11.3 like that. Next to odd number only you will get. See, if it is 16, if it is the answer, you may get 15 point something. Most of the times it you won't get 14 actually.
Okay, sir, then it'll be fine. Thank
Yeah.
you.
So any doubt in this problem? So shall we stop with this? You will revise this.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Fine.
Yes, sir.